Hello guys, today we talk about major artists that released flops this year. So there were several artists that have released massive flops this year, and we'll be going over several of them. So the first one I think will be Imagine Dragons. So Imagine Dragons is a very popular band, but they released a new album this year. Did you know that? Well, none of the new album songs, besides Eyes Closed, are in the top 10 songs. Also, Enemy is on there twice for some reason, but even then, On Top of the World is there would be the number 10th song. Wake Up is also decently popular and Nice to Meet You, but it seems that Imagine Dragons' massive success is over. Not every band can be successful forever, obviously, as Imagine Dragons, has been extremely successful, having some of the most streamed songs in all of history, including Thunder, Believer, Dreamer, Demons, and even in 2022, Bones was pretty successful. Radioactive is still very successful, gaining 800,000 streams a day, whatever it takes, 699,000. But Room, this is the newest album, didn't really do too well as well. For example, Room tracks are not very doing too well, unlike many artists which have released new albums this year, and they were very successful. Imagine Dragons obviously has not. Again, 2024 has been an oversaturation year for the music industry, kind of like 2008. And yeah, Imagine Dragons album flopped. And we're going to go over other albums as well. Yeah. Number 2, we're going to be going over the 21 Pilots album. So 21 Pilots has a cult following, but outside of the cult following who listens to the songs, no one listened to it. Of course, what is it? Is it over here? No. What is it? 21 Pilots. I can't find the album, but they released a new album this year. I think on the same day as the Talia XCX album. Or released earlier. But no, oh yeah, it's Clancy. Okay, Clancy released on the same day as all of these other albums. Yeah, but 21 Pilots used to have some of the most streamed songs on Spotify. They're not a tiny artist by any means. Okay, but it seems like Imagine Dragons, 21 Pilots, well, if I can find them, we're going to have to go find 21 Pilots here. Yeah, but yeah, 21 Pilots, they used to be a very, very, very big band. They used to be one of the biggest bands in all of the world. They had some of the most popular songs, like that annoying song where they talk about blurry face over and over and over again. But nonetheless, their new album didn't really do well, too well. Better than Imagine Dragons, but Overcompensate is the highest selling song, highest viewed song on there, and it only has 53 million streams. Compared that to the success of Ride, Even Stressed Out, and even some of these other songs, 21 Pilots isn't really getting the big, massive hits as they used to, as well. Unlike other artists like Talia XCX, who had the biggest hit, or Chappelle Alone, it seems that 21 Pilots, their heyday has long passed over. But now we're going back to a very overrated band the top 10 loves, and that is Green Day. So did you know Green Day released a new album this year? I did not. Yes, Green Day released a new album in 2024. It was released on January 19th, 2024, and yeah, this is called Saviors, and no one listened to it. No surprise. Yeah, again, Green Day, like a lot of these old bands, they keep making music, but no one really cares. So the song, I think the most popular song on that album, has like 17 million streams. Okay, and almost no one listened to the song. And the big song they were promoting was The American Dream is Killing Me. Yeah, that's a really dumb title for a song. Especially considering the fact that Green Day is marketing the band and songs towards Americans. It's not a very good title as well. As basically a lot of people who do love this country are like, really? I'm not listening to this. And yeah, this is going to be a, one for the history books. Same thing with Bon Jovi. So Bon Jovi released a new album. It's called like Forever, and it didn't really do too well on streaming. It did very well on disc, on vinyl and CD on its first week, and then it dropped very quickly because yeah, the no one really listened to it on streaming. I think the most highest song on now could be Legendary. I really don't know anything about the album, so yeah, but their album didn't really do too well. Bon Jovi's last album again, Dust Like of Green Day's Saviors. Yeah, this album didn't really do too well, obviously, but people did listen to it. But it seems that Bon Jovi, like a lot of these old bands, they're way beyond their time. Unlike a singer like Elton John, who was able to still make several songs very late into his career, it doesn't. It seems like Bon Jovi is not one of that artists. Is well, yeah, people don't really care about Bon Jovi anymore. Next is One Republic's new album called Artificial Paradise. So One Republic is decently popular. They have some hits here and there. And I Don't Wanna Wait is actually a pretty successful song. So I wouldn't really call this album as big as a failure as the other albums on this list. As it also probably includes I Ain't Worried, which is another very popular song. So they do have some popular songs they have on the album, including I Don't Wanna Wait and I Ain't Worried, which are both on the album. But yeah, it didn't really sell too well on CD. And yeah, the album didn't really sell too well on CD. Next album. Did you know Sia released a new album this year? I actually didn't even know Sia released an album this year until today. Actually, no, not till yesterday. So yeah, Sia released a new album, and absolutely no one listened to it. Yep, the most popular song currently is "Immortal Queen," only at 52,000 total streams. And yeah, Reasonable Woman, I don't think was a very big successful. She launched this album against Dua Lipa, who still is more relevant than her, and of course Taylor Swift, who is far more relevant than Sia. Which is funny, is that some people like Sia a lot, but again, the album didn't really do too well. And yeah, it seems that Sia is another artist that is far beyond her prime, obviously. I know she just started like last decade, but not everyone is successful forever, like Imagine Dragons. Again, there was a possibility that the album could become no, this album's not a hit. It's a failure. Now we're going over to the actual two major albums. This is a very controversial one, but this album called the Beyonce album Cowboy Carter didn't really do too well. It did pretty well at the beginning because Beyonce has a lot of fans, you know, but the album had very poor legs. Okay, just because something is successful at the beginning doesn't mean it'll have very good legs. And Beyonce's new album didn't really change very much about her listeners. So Beyonce currently, which I find pretty funny, is below Harry Styles, who hasn't released an album in a while, below many artists. There at one point Beyonce was actually below BTS, which is pretty funny as well, below a lot of artists. Yeah, Beyonce still has a lot of people listening to it, but just very recently, Texas Hold'em, that's Beyonce's new song. That's Beyonce's new song. It didn't really do too well. It does have a lot of streams, but again, he released the single, and a lot of people are like, oh my god, we gotta listen to it. It's a country song. But you look at the other songs, okay? Most Wanted, Bodyguard, Devil's Jeans, and many of these other songs, Jolene, Yeah Yeah, Tyrant, as well. Most of these songs are not very popular. Again, they're B-sides, but also look at album sales. The Ariana, let's compare this to Eternal Sunshine. Eternal Sunshine is still in like the top 10 albums or barely in the top 10 albums. Oh, Beyonce was barely in like the top, like at 55 or something. Okay, that is an awful number. It really shows that her crusade in the country failed spectacularly. Okay, there was another song in there called like 16 Carriages. I don't know what that one is, but Texas Hold'em seems to be the only real successful song off the album, and also Most Wanted, if you really want to count that as a successful song. as well. But yeah, Beyonce's new country album didn't really do too well. And also, it's not even in the top 200 Spotify songs either anymore, unlike many other major artists who still have songs as well in the top 200, but not Texas Hold'em as well. Not a very successful album. And really, who asked for a Beyonce country album? Okay, like, this is gonna be looked at by history like one of the biggest mistakes a major artist could make. And you have a lot of this album is also very controversial, which led to, a lot of people not really caring about it. And really only hardcore Beyonce fans really went to go buy the album. Once they stopped buying the album, basically nobody cared anymore. Because country singers want to listen to actual country singers. For example, look at Texas Hold'em and compare it to A Ballad Song, which is made by a black country singer. That song is far more successful than Beyonce's Texas Hold'em, where it is just a pop girl trying to make country songs. Like Taylor Swift, it would make a lot of sense if Taylor Swift made country songs again because he originally made country songs. But Beyonce, it was like, why are she making country music? Like, this isn't like, that's not the type of music she's known for, okay? It's kind of like if she all of a sudden just started making rap music because it's cool or something like that. But yeah. Maybe what Beyonce sort of done was put up independent artists and collab with them to make country songs so he could pull them up instead of trying to, create this album. I have listened to like a few of these songs because they play them, because some places play them like a lot, but see, it was pretty hilarious that the songs were denied from the country radios in multiple areas, and Jay-Z literally had to pay. Like, if Beyonce is such a great artist, why does Jay-Z have to pay to get her songs on the radio? You'll think, oh, it's Beyonce, let's put it on the radio. People know who Beyonce is, but like if Taylor Swift made a country album, instantly on the radio. It's Taylor Swift, people will know who she is. But Beyonce's country album was so controversial. But there was actually one major pop album that did way worse. Or one major album by a major artist that did way worse. And we'll get to that very quick. And that is the album Radical Optimism. So Radical Optimism is Dua Lipa's third album. Or people call it Dua Lipa. But Dua Lipa's third album was an absolute failure. Despite both this album and Beyonce's album was very well received by Album of the Year. But it's funny that the general audience just doesn't care about Dua Lipa's album. Like, no one listened to it, basically. Like, Charli XCX, he's not a major artist. Like, some people think he is, but he's still a niche artist. But Dua Lipa, Dua Lipa is a major artist. They play her mediocre songs everywhere, like Levitating. Okay, you'll think that this album would be a hit. It would be a massive, massive, massive hit. Okay, Dua Lipa is one of the big artists. You would think she is at 25 of Spotify's most listened to artists. You would think that her new album would be slightly or small successful, but the only two successful songs on the album is the 3 singles. And yeah, it's still more successful than Beyonce's album, but in terms of CD sales, and like, it dropped very quickly, okay? A month, like, I looked at the CDs, like the top selling CDs, it dropped to like 99 in a month, okay? When you compare it to all the other albums, for example, Billie Eilish's album, it was still in the top 10 a month later. Taylor Swift was like still number 1. Ariana Grande was still hanging in though. Kanye's album fell off, but again, who's so shocked by that? Because Kanye West really killed his own career by saying all this nasty stuff about, certain ethnicity of people. Yeah, okay. But yeah, a lot of her songs are not very, like, yes, I think that Train Season and Houdini will probably still be very successful. I think they'll still be played a lot, but they're not as successful as the other songs. Okay, Dua Lipa has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs over 2 billion streams. But these songs are not doing as well as her first 2 albums. And the Cold Heart, which is with Elton John as well. So, and also Levitating is one of the most successful songs. You have to include both versions. It has over 3 billion streams. Levitating is one of the most successful songs in history. Okay, in Spotify history. If you include both versions. Okay, but it seems that Do Ripper isn't really doing well. And no, like we're not including like one hit wonders like Grass Animals. Okay, like Grass Animals are a one hit wonder, or Stephen Senses at this current moment is a one hit wonder. But Do Ripper is like a major artist in her song and new songs, and also Houdini released in last year around October, and like people it's okay. Same thing with Training Season and Illusion. Like these songs are gonna be forgotten very quickly outside of Do Ripper's fans. Okay, and yeah, we're gonna go even more albums. I think there's even more to cover. And next is the Chainsmokers. So yeah, I don't think anyone likes this band. They made of some really bad songs as well. You know, the most successful song is some of the more yeah they do have some very successful songs, but they released a new album this year. Did you know that? Probably not. So yeah, Chainsmokers released a new album this year, and no one listened to it. To no one's shock. Okay, and you can't even like they don't even have a Wikipedia article for it. It's called No Hard Feelings. It's so bad. It doesn't even have a Wikipedia article for it. Yeah, we're on Wikipedia as well. Yeah, but Chainsmokers were like they're not one hit wonder. They have multiple songs over 2 billion streams, two songs over 2 billion streams, one song of nearly 2 billion streams, and two more songs of over a billion streams. But I think people are starting to realize Chainsmokers are not a very good band, and are finally realizing it. The only real successful song still is Closer and Something Like This, which are the two most popular songs out there. And also Addicted, I think, is of someone else. Because the style means that there's a feature song. So yeah. So next, yeah, is Pearl Jam's new album. So what did Pearl like? Pearl Jam released a new album. Album of the Year was of course excited for this, and then no surprise now because Album of the Year only likes the real niche stuff like Pearl Jam's new album or these albums that like no one listens to. It's kind of like the Oscars. No one gives a what they think. They gave Billie Eilish's new album 90% or something like that, but there was a new Pearl Jam album this year. Did anyone realize there was a new Pearl Jam album? Besides the fans, obviously. But they made probably one of the worst decisions they could have possibly made. April 19th, 2024 was the release of the biggest album of the year. I think it still could be the biggest album of the year. That is the Taylor Swift album. The Tortured Poets Department. Yeah, that's Taylor released that on the same day. Obviously, the people have chosen which album to listen to, and it is not Pearl Jam. Another one is the Justin Timberlake album. So yeah, Justin Timberlake released a new album this year, and yeah, at least around March 15th. And yeah, Justin Timberlake, of course, he's a pretty old like as of now. He has like a few solo successful songs, but basically, you know, I think Trolls really ruined Justin Timberlake's career, honestly. But yeah, Justin Timberlake's new album wasn't very successful. It wasn't really remembered. I think the only people who remembered this song, who listened to the album, were like his big fans, and that's it as well. But yeah, and that is it for all the albums released this year so far. We didn't go any of the albums released last week, as Glass Animals, they're a one hit wonder. Um, Ice Spice, that's not out yet. We can't call it a failure for now. And August, you have some major artists releasing like Coward. He's pretty big. We're gonna see. Look at that one. No one made it. Oh, J Balvin's pretty big. I didn't really call him man of the rap artists because no, don't listen to rap that much. The only one I know, I'm only familiar with the big artists. Sabrina Carpenter's album is releasing August 23rd. That will probably be pretty successful, like Eminem's album is currently at this moment as well. And yeah, I think what's important is why is Eminem not making any more songs afterwards? Why is ending his music career? Oh yeah, Katy Perry is releasing a new album. Anyone else releasing new albums? Lana Del Rey is releasing a new album. And God help us all. Oh yeah, and of course, all those Zeros album flopped. Oh, yeah, and Coldplay's releasing a new album, Offspring, as well. But there's also a bunch of other songs releasing, including Vultures 2? They're making a Vultures 2? Oh, we had to suffer with Vultures 1. Okay. Also, Ice Spice's album is gonna probably flop as well. Power Wolf was releasing a new album. But they're niche artists. Not many people listen to them, but we can't really count them. But yeah, a lot of major artists are still releasing albums this year. And no, not counting Tones and Idol, One Hit Wonder. But like, we're not counting Glass Animals because they only had one very successful song and that's it. Like, literally, one very successful song as well. And we're not counting K-pop artists because none of them really failed. Because the K-pop fans were like, the best album ever as well. You know, that's basically K-pop artists. But yeah, I think, like with Eminem's last album, I think the reason why Eminem isn't going to be making any more albums afterwards, and it's a very smart decision, is because he doesn't want to end up like Green Day or Bon Jovi and they're still making music and no one cares. Or Imagine Dragons even. Okay, Eminem is one of the few artists in music history to have successful albums his whole career. Okay, it is very rare to have that. And we do have the album sales, so it doesn't have really does an advertisement. And yeah, I oh my god, they are really walking this behind an advertisement. Oh, you can't watch this. You can't look at it. It's only for pro subscribers. That must suck. Okay, look at this one. Or we walked behind a paywall. Okay. But you can look at the Beyonce album. What was Beyonce's new album? 51. Not even top 50 anymore. It was barely hanging at the top 50. Okay, let's compare Beyonce to Taylor Swift. There's like six or seven Taylor Swift albums ahead of this Beyonce album. Okay, let's see if Dua Lipa is still in the top 100. We'll see. It's called like Radical Optimism. Oh yeah, it's Camila Cabello's album isn't really doing too well. Who would have been shocked by that because I don't know anyone who likes her music. No, yeah, Dua Lipa's songs are not even Dua Lipa's not even the top 100. I guess still. So he actually got cut out of the top 100. We can also count Camila Cabello's new album, not very successful. And only counting Western singers, we're not counting singers from like Korea or Latin America, as I'm not really too well versed on singers from those countries, but yeah. It is pretty embarrassing that Beyonce's album is at 51. Okay, we'll look at the top 10. Okay, Towards the Poets Department. Eternal Sunshine dropped out of the top 10. But I think it's much higher than this. It's at 30. Eternal Sunshine went up. It's at 30. And again, the album is 2 months old. I don't know. I don't know if this is just the US or it's just global. No, I think it's just the US, and I don't think it's global because then it means that K-pop album will be in the top 10. Yeah, even like Ariana Grande's new album is more successful than Beyonce's album, which is at 51. Pretty embarrassing for Beyonce, and yeah, pretty embarrassing. I think it's just physical albums alone. I don't know if this is physical and digital or just physical albums. As well, we have Billie Eilish's album is at number 4 again. I think she actually might fall to number like 5, or she's gonna fall like really big. I know like Bill Towards the Poets Department felt like number 4. Yeah, but yeah. And even last year, you had a lot of major flops from major artists as well. Ed Sheeran's, like, I get it. Not every artist is going to have a billion stream album or a billion stream song in every album, but it is something to think about that even big artists like Dua Lipa, who had multiple songs of over 2 billion streams, Let's do Ripper's album. Our Future Nostalgia is at 141. So where's Radical Optimism? It's at 110. It's at 110. Okay. And Ariana Grande's new album was pretty successful, but again, that album was like 3 months old already. It's been on the week for 18 weeks. You know. Meanwhile, Beyonce's album released 3 weeks later, and it did way worse. It had way worse wigs. So, yeah. Eventually, all albums are gonna fall here. George Bombers at 12 weeks. Had like 12 weeks at number one as well. I wonder how long Houdini will be at number one. I think it will be maybe number one until like what the next major album I think is gonna be Sabrina Carpenter's album. So maybe until that one releases, or maybe some K-pop album will get to number one. And yeah, that's what this video here. Goodbye.